anime and Japanese drama lovers out there, what's that sound that I just played? You're right. It's a Japanese cool chime. Isa na naman pong magandang araw sa ating lahat. Kumusta po? In today's episode, we're going to understand a weekly schedule of a Japanese class. We're going to read some kanji or Chinese characters used in the classroom, as well as the Japanese terms or equivalents of the different class subjects and school activities that they have. You might want to take down notes, so get your pens and your notebooks ready. Or you can just click the like, save, and subscribe buttons so you can get back to this video afterwards. And you might also want to click the bell button to be notified or to get notified whenever new videos are uploaded. Are you ready? Let's start. Jikanwari, class schedule. Just like any other school outside Japan, every class or section has its weekly schedule or jikanwari. I don't know how the setup is in schools in other countries, but in my previous school in the Philippines, classes start at 7 a.m. and end at 4:20 p.m. Other schools may start earlier and end later depending on the number of student enrollment in a particular semester or school year. In Japan, first period classes usually start at 8:30 a.m. or 8:00, again depending on the school, while the last period or the sixth period ends at 3:30. However, students are expected to arrive at school between 8:05 and 8:25. That is because there is a homeroom orientation or homeroom meeting from 8:25 to 8:35. That's before the first period class starts. In between subjects, there is a 10-minute break and a lunch break for about 40 minutes to 1 hour. They call those short breaks QK, while the lunch break is called Hiru Yasumi. Yobi, days of the week. Of course, academic subjects being studied differ in each day of the week. So I have a separate video for the days of the week, or how to say the days of the week in Japanese, and I'll be sharing the link in the description box. So please check that out. I also have another video on the months of the year, so check that out also. Gakukatsu. Gakukatsu are school activities. Usually, these are morning assemblies or some kind of student meetings that are done 30 to 40 minutes once every week. It is where students who had remarkable achievements during the week or during the weekend are recognized and presented to the student body and to the other members of the faculty. Now let's go to the subjects. First is Shakai. That's social studies. Next one is Kokugo, or the national language. In this case, Japanese language or Nihongo is the Kokugo in Japan. In the Philippines, you can refer to the Filipino language subject as the Kokugo. Hotai. I think that stands for two subjects, that's Hoken and Taiku, or health and physical education. Hoken is health or wellness, and Taiku is physical education. Eigo, English. In the elementary school, they call this subject Gaikokugo or foreign language. Here, in the elementary school, English is not yet a part of the compulsory subjects that students need to study. Next is Ongaku, or music. Next one is Bijitsu. That's art. It's more like fine arts. Next one is Sugaku, or mathematics. In the elementary school, they call it sansu or arithmetic. Gijutsu or gijutsu, that's technology. This is more like technology and livelihood education or industrial arts. Rika, science. For Rika and Sugaku, I think they also focus on specific field of study at a certain grade level and is usually presented through spiral approach. Next is Kateika, homemaking or home economics. In this class, they actually prepare food, they actually cook, they make household and kitchen stuff. Dotoku or moral education. Once a week, they have what we call in the Philippines values education subject. Next is bukatsu or club activities. Junior high school students usually have club activities after school with one day as their off day. And because of bukatsu, some students and their club managers and club advisors who are also teachers also go to school even on Saturdays and Sundays or even during holidays to train and to practice, especially if they are preparing for competitions. They also go to school and practice or to train even during their supposed to be school breaks, as in spring break, summer break, or winter breaks. And teachers in Japan, or those who are also working as assistant language teachers or ALTs, can correct me on this, or maybe they can agree with me that based on my observation, those students who belong to the baseball club or the soccer club are actually more disciplined as compared to the other students. Because in my school or in my classes, those members of soccer club or baseball club usually take charge in disciplining their classmates when the teacher is not around. I don't know if it has something to do with their training or it's just a sort of coincidence. In this sample schedule, students go home early on Wednesdays. That's why the sogo, which is in this schedule, so there is a sogo every Wednesdays, 5th and 6th period, to give way to the staff meetings or faculty meetings that usually last for 2 to 3 hours. Again, this is ESID. Every situation is different. This is just a sample based on an actual weekly schedule of a junior high school class. A school year in Japan is divided into 3 terms. These terms are called gakki. First term from April to July, that's ichigakki. The second term, after summer break, which is more than a month, starts from September and ends in December. It's called Nigaki. Then students have their winter break and then go back to school in January to March. That's their Sangaki, or the third term. For each term, there is an opening ceremony and a closing ceremony. That is aside from the entrance ceremony and the graduation ceremonies in April and in March. Usually first grade elementary schoolers have their entrance ceremony, and the junior high school first graders also are welcomed during the entrance ceremony at the junior high school. Of course, we have the graduation ceremonies of the 6th grade elementary school learners and the 3rd grade junior high school students in March. During their supposedly 4 to 6 weeks of summer break, their 2 weeks of winter break, and another 2 weeks of spring break, while teachers still report to work every day, students don't just stay at home and relax and enjoy their vacation, because even though they don't go to school, they still have to do their vacation homework. They are still given homework, not only one, but not two, not three, but all their subjects.
Wow!
They have to accomplish and submit during the first day of classes the following term. So imagine having 10 subjects. You're going to work on 10 homework, 10 worksheets or workbooks you have to finish during the vacation. For today's question time, what were your lowest and your highest grades at school, and in what subjects? Share your answers in the comments section below. Okay, time's up. So that's all for today. I'll see you again next time. Adios.